All right, thanks everyone for joining us. Joe Briggs, sorry you couldn't be here with us today. My name is George Atala. This is Scotty Graham and Nolan Harrison. Wanted to thank everybody for taking the time today on President's Day to join us. I know you guys have a lot of questions about what's going on, but first I got to give a big shout out to Jillian Ricard and Dustin Holmes for giving us the idea to do this. Obviously, fans are very interested in what's going on with our situation right now. And given that we're in mediation, the one thing I'll say about today is I want to be careful and give the process the time that it needs to get a deal done. Obviously, our main goal is getting a deal done here. So for us to be able to talk about what goes on in the room or anything like that, we're going to shy away from that. But I did want to obviously make sure we answered a lot of your questions. Scotty and Nolan can talk about their playing days and what it's like to work here. Scotty works in our NFL Players Inc. department, which is our marketing and licensing arm. I bet fans that are on this thing didn't even know we had a marketing and licensing arm. And Nolan here is our Senior Director of Player Services and works a lot with our former players. So we're happy to take a bunch of questions from you. The question, if there's a lockout, would next year count as a year on the players' contracts? If there's a lockout, we have to push the reset button, essentially, because the CBA would expire. We don't have a collective bargaining agreement in place, so all of the things that you consider to be the norm, player contracts, the season, when the season's, everything would have to be renegotiated from the start. Again, we don't want it to get to that point, but every player's contract would basically be put on hold. How can the draft take place without a contract? It's written in the current CBA that the draft will happen no matter what, according to the league. So that was something that was negotiated back in 2006, and right now it's slated to go. But it's a difficult challenge for us if you have a lockout and a draft does happen. You've got players coming out of college that are now drafted that cannot sign contracts, that can't negotiate with clubs. Basically, the teams own their rights.
Can't train with the club.
They can't train. All of those
Can't
things.
Rehab for guys that are injured.
This union represents players past, present, and future. And I think you've got people here in Nolan and Scotty that have been through previous CBAs that understand how the collective bargaining agreement not just impacted you when you played, but it impacts everybody that's come after you. And I think, Scotty, you've been around the locker rooms a long time. You can talk about what the guys are talking about in the locker room about what this means, not just for this generation of players, but for the future.
Yeah, I think that we've always had a motto or a slogan that you can leave the game better than when you received it. It's ironic that we're in 2011 and in 1992, Nolan's second season, my rookie season, we were in a similar predicament. We went to the combine and they told us we probably wouldn't be playing football. Save every dime that you have. So our guys that we represent, that allow us to represent them, they don't want empathy. They don't want sympathy. They just want understanding. I was at a point, my son's 18. So 18 years ago, my wife was pregnant with my son. So when you talk about full circle, this is kind of a surreal moment. I've been around for 4 agreements. I've signed 2 as a player and 2 as an employee. 2 of them ratified, and I signed 2 of them. So we have to let the leaders lead and get through this process. And we ask the fans to keep open mind, like they've done. And by the way, George, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you a little pound of dap for changing the culture and how we did things, one voice, one locker room, one team, and be able to get that through our team and our locker room here at 1133. So I didn't want to go any further without you coming in with your vision and changing the way we did things, from social media to engaging with the fans. From one of our first experiences we had, and we had fan engagement for a game up here a couple of years ago.
Nolan, I want to kind of turn it to you for a little bit to talk about things that you're working on the former player side as it relates to legacy.
A lot of the legacy that you guys hear about in the either in the Twitterverse or social media talks about us trying to get the NFL teams to pay, what I view as reparations to guys who played before 1993. So these teams have had their franchises increase over 500%, but at the same time, guys' pensions Guys, benefits, they haven't gone up at all. And here's an opportunity for a $9 billion business, each team worth over $1 billion per team, to give back to the guys that they help continue to promote, continue to make millions and millions of dollars off of, whether it's on ESPN Classic, whether it's on NFL Network. These guys are continuously being paraded around out there and not being compensated for it. It's a fair shake for the guys that really helped build this game to the juggernaut that it is today.
All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're going to continue to try and do more of these through the coming weeks. And, agreement or not, we'd love to keep people informed on what's going on with our game. So thanks for taking the time, and send us a note, tweet at us, and hope to continue the dialogue. Appreciate everyone's time today.
Peace.